Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here. I'm going to be doing a design team project today for the Junk Journal Studio using these beautiful labels. The kit is labels from days gone by. There's actually different kits here. They are in sets of pastels, and there's blue, green, pink, and then there's other colors that I haven't actually printed out or finished fussy cutting out, but these three are all done. So I'm going to use those today. I'm just kind of getting my brain into gear, kind of getting set up for this video. So today I'm going to be doing page edges, so decorating page edges, and I thought that sounded like fun and a cool idea. So coffee dyed paper, I'm going to cut myself a strip, maybe 1 inch. We'll try 1 inch. Okay, now this is going to be, at the end of the day, folded in half lengthways, and it's going to wrap around the page on the edge of a page. So grab out another page, coffee dyed page here. It's going to wrap around and decorate both sides. So what we're going to do is collage up this strip with these labels. Which colour shall I do first? Green, blue or pink? Toss them in the air and choose. Let's go blue because, I don't know, it's just in my left hand. That's as good a reason as any. So I need a certain size label, or I can overlap them to make them spread out. So you wouldn't actually need to use a base if you don't want, but I thought for me this seemed to be the logical way to go rather than just sticking them straight on the edge of my paper. So we're gonna just basically place labels across our strip, our base, so that the base is completely covered. And this is very thin paper, so it's not going to add a huge amount of bulk. So I think what I'll do for a start, easy to do at the start, not so easy as we get going. Just going to put some glue stick right on the end there and put my first label on. And it doesn't have to be centered. In fact, I prefer it to be slightly one way or the other. Let's put another one down the bottom. So again, just put some glue stick down on the bottom section, and then it's going to get us a little bit trickier. I seem to be a bit nasally at the moment, like I'm blocked up or something. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Let's see if I can clear that. I feel like I'm talking underwater or something. Clear my throat, maybe that might help. So you can use round ones as well, but I might use that over top. So just building up layers really, and having fun with it, having them stick out different amounts, which I think will be super fun. Now I'm getting into the point of where do I put glue and where do I not. So we'll just kind of, try and keep on camera would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Would be most helpful if I could stay on camera. And you don't even have to put them straight across, you can put them up the side, different directions, angle them, whatever. So I thought this would just be a really fun way to do some collage, use some of these beautiful labels and create some fun decorations for pages. I don't tend to concentrate a lot on page decorations. Oops, gluing on my mat. I'm sure that won't be the last time I do it. Excuse me. I think I know why I've gone all weird in the throat and nasal area at the moment. It's because I had yogurt before I put the camera on to record. Pretty sure that's what's going on. Usually I avoid doing things like that, but I just was afternoon tea time and I thought I want a snack before I start my video, and I had bought myself a yogurt as a treat, a fancy yogurt, so it's like, oh, I feel like that now, so I had it. Yeah. Bright idea not. Just wipe off that excess glue. Don't know how many of these will get done, but we'll just keep playing until we stop. Sound like a plan? Come on, glue, come on. The shape of that helped me to determine where to glue, so I put it on the corners, back from the corners. Will it work if I do it this way round instead? Will it work any better? Don't know. That one right up the middle, I think. And one more, I think, and we'll be done with this. So quite quick. Fun little quick activity. Once you've got all your labels fussy cut, of course. Now, if you want to ink these before you glue them down, then you can do that. I have not decided. Maybe I'll ink around the outside edge. In fact, since we've finished this one, let's do that and see what it looks like. And then I'll do one without, and we can compare which one we might like better. And it will depend on your preference for inking versus non-inking. But let's do an informed decision and compare the two, so you can perhaps decide whether you want to bother inking around the edges or not. Now, you might prefer to ink around each label as you put it on, and that would be cool. It would look really cool. But whether you want to take the time or not is another consideration. I won't do around the black edge because that's no point. It's not going to show. So I thought it would be fun to play with a different set because I've been working with the Botanical Collage and Cluster Mega Pack in all its colour variations for a wee while now. So I thought, why not revisit these labels, which I never, at the time that they were released by the Junk Journal Studio, was a time when I wasn't able to do a lot of creating with family issues. So I never really got to give them a good workout. So today is the day when we're going to play. Right. In fact, before I do that, scoreboard. Before I decide cut more strips, I want to work out whether the 1-inch strip is what I want. Okay. So mountains to valleys. So if I create a valley, that'll, yes, Just working out which way round I want to put it. In fact, I need to put it this way round so I know where I'm drawing down the middle. Won't matter. Either way, whether you do mountains to valleys or not, valleys to mountains, it will still fold the way you want to. Just might not be technically correct. And if what I'm talking about, mountains and valleys, is all like you're going, what are you even on about? My advice is don't worry what I'm on about. If it makes no sense to you, don't worry about it. But it's the proper way you're supposed to score and then fold. And it's actually the opposite to what most people would think. Right, so I am just going to, hopefully that glue is dry enough, fold it along that score line. I think the 1 inch is going to work fairly well. Let's give it a burnish there. With a nice firm crease, and grab out a sheet of coffee dyed paper. Slide it, fingers and thumbs. Slide it. It's getting caught up on the labels is the issue. And it's going to decorate the edge, so I'm going to glue it down. Try and get that paper straight inside it. I'll just lift it up a bit now that I've kind of got it in there. Lift it up a bit so I'm not working right at the bottom of the screen. And going around all the ends of the labels as well as some closer into the paper. Does that make sense? Okay. Gluing my thumbnail while I'm at it. So that's one side, and let's do the other side. Glue that down. And once you've got that first side down, it's a lot easier because it's not shifting around on you as long as you use a quick drying glue. I'm wondering whether we need to do the base. I was thinking the base would be a good idea, but shall we try it without the base? And that will fold in half to be our journal page. And you've just got this fun decorative edge. I love it. I think that looks really fun and different to having a ruffle or lace. It doesn't take up a lot of writing space. Just super fun. And it's quite sturdy. It gives you something nice to kind of turn the page with. It's got this solidity about it, which is one benefit of having that extra layer with the base. Okay. So I'm going to put that one aside and grab out another page. Maybe just one of these light pages here. It's lined one side and blank the other. Coffee dyed. And let's do one without the base just to see how it stacks up, what we prefer. And it might be that you should try both ways to see which you prefer personally, because we're all different. We're all going to like different things. So this one I'm not going to ink. I'm just going to put on plain without ink. And I'm going to glue on the labels and then wrap them around as I go. So different method, and we'll see what happens. So the thing I think with this method that I can see is that you could end up with the extra bulk along the edge where it's not folded right in against the edge of the paper, which is not necessarily a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. It's just going to be a slightly different effect. I think it's about time I changed my glue page. I was using this one earlier today. The weather has been highly interesting today. Very changeable and volatile, which has been quite exciting. I do like exciting weather. My hubby flicked me some photos from his workplace of the weather, and so I knew it was coming because he's south of me and it's coming up from the south. And I went out and saw off in the distance that yes, it was coming, and it didn't take long to get here. It's about 20 minutes drive from where hubby works to here, but it took under 10 minutes for the weather to arrive here. Big, huge banks of clouds, not blanks. Very impressive, very stormy. And I watched it approach. I stood outside and watched it approach. And then the wind started picking up, because this morning the wind was really warm and lovely, beautiful, actually beautiful, beautiful weather. But the south weather is bad weather. So big towering banks of cloud, and then the wind started picking up from the south, and previous the wind had been north. And it just hit with such ferocity and noise, and things were blowing all over it. And it was just really exciting. I loved it. And it was about then, though, that I came inside and watched from inside. And we had a brief squall of rain, heavy rain, but it was very brief. And then within 20 minutes, it was gone and the sky was blue again. I don't know what the temperature is. Oh, don't put it upside down, dear. Don't know what the temperature is outside now, whether it's gone warm again or not. I haven't gone outside. I've been busy since then. Yeah, so fun. Just love those big storm fronts that come through. They're very exciting. All right. I think that bit's done. So crazy weather, very, I would say indicative of spring. It's not quite spring yet, but it's, you know, that changeable, unsettled, doesn't know what it wants to do kind of weather. We are in winter, so it's probably still get some snow yet. Wouldn't mind if it snowed here, but I don't know if we're going to get any snow here this year. Right, I think I would like to put a round piece, but I want something underneath above it so that the round piece is sitting on top. That's what I would like to do. So I'm going to leave the round piece there so I know where to place things. Maybe we'll put that just ever so slightly onto that side. Love mixing in different shapes, and that can go there. So this morning I was like, oh, spring is so close. I can feel it. It's warming up. It's really lovely. I was really enjoying the warmth. And oops, that's upside down, the middle text. Let's have the middle text up the right way. You know, I was feeling very spring-like, and like, oh, I can almost get into the office and start working on some digitals now that my fingers aren't frozen to the keyboard. And then the change came, and it was like, yeah, not quite yet. Not quite yet. We have to wait a wee bit longer. That one, and then we've got to find a little one to go at the top. Just got a little gap at the top to fill in once we've put this on. Oh, don't again put it upside down. Do it the right way up in this instance. So the folding around the edge of the page is actually not going too bad. I thought it might sort of start jutting out a bit much, and it does slightly. Like I can see it's growing out because as it overlaps it's pushing out slightly, but not hugely, not the way I thought it would. So I'm quite happy with that. This wee one right at the top. Sticking to my fingers more than the page. That's the problem right there. So I've got gluey fingers. So just as effective as doing the other method, yeah, I really like that. I really like it. Okay, so I am going to do the opposite side of the page as well. I think to do both edges would be cool. You don't have to. So let's go ahead and do this one now. I don't want to use huge labels. I just want to use like this one. I think would, I mean, you could. There's no reason why you couldn't. I just don't want to take up too much of the writing space, so I'm not going to use those larger ones, keeping to the smaller sizes. Just a really cruisy, relaxing video today. Just having a play with these gorgeous labels. Something a little different. I certainly haven't done this before like this, so yeah, fun. I know other people have done things like that, but that's them. This is me. This is my video. We can try and do lots of different ideas, but sometimes you've just got to you know, do things that have been out there. Like, who doesn't like a video on making ephemera, whatever the ephemera is, whether it's new, old, or in between? It's just fun and interesting and inspiring. There's only so many different things we can make for our journals, and there's a lot of them. Let's be fair, there are a lot of different things we can make. But a journal card is a journal card, no matter how we make it. A tag is a tag, no matter how we make it, or make it different, or find something different to do to it. It still is a tag. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? Or am I talking complete and utter nonsense? Well, that's always a possibility too. I am taking the time to flip it over with each label because I don't want the glue to dry if I waited, or to get them stuck sideways on each other and then trying to peel them up and damage them. So just I think one by one is how I'm managing this. It's quite a nice blue one there. Going through a lot of glue pages today. I've done a lot of collaging on camera and off camera. So I've been through a lot of glue stick and a lot of glue pages, which is all good. Okay. Bigger one there. So come together really quickly, whether you use the base or not. The thing I like about using the base is that I like the inked edge. There's no reason why I couldn't ink these, but you'd be inking all the way around and then some of that would be covered up. So while that's fine, it does take a little bit extra time to do all the way around each label and then to have some of it not show. We haven't done any sideways. We could perhaps use a longer label and do it sideways like that one. That would be cool, I think. It's got some pretty patterning on this one. Sticking to everything. I am so gluey. Maybe we'll go this way round. Okay, and one at the top there. We probably can get away with just one. And that one, carefully upside down, I had it then, will fit nicely. And it's a nice deeper blue. So I've got a fairly even line along there compared to this side. You see, that's quite in and out, which I find very interesting and attractive. This one is not so in and out, but it's still pretty, like it's fine. So that's a complete journal page ready to pop into a journal at some point. I love that. That's so fun. Cool. Okay, let's do another colour. I'm going to go back to doing a strip, and I think the 1 inch worked fairly well. So let's go back and cut a 1 inch strip and work with a different colour, because we've done the blue. We have. Let me just kind of scoot them into a corner of my desk, because I've got them all in separate packets and I really don't feel like having to sort them into individual colours again. It was easy to do as I cut them out because they just went straight into their little baggie, but yeah, if I mix them up on my desk, I'm going to be sitting for the next hour or two sorting them back into their colourways, and yeah, that doesn't sound like so much fun. Shall we do pink? We've done blue, let's do pink. And there's so many labels in these kits. They are just chock-a-block full of fun. Fun and useful. Okie dokie. Fresh glue page-ish. Let's just get, well, first off, it was easier to do the top and bottom directly onto the strip, wasn't it? So let's do that again. And I think the good thing about the strip is you kind of can see how much it's going in and out on each side, so you can get it, you know, pleasing for both sides. Right, tacky glue, I think now. Let's go on here. So now you can see that, okay, I need to come out and do a nice big one step out here, and I could do a bigger step out or bring it in closer. Kind of gives you a better idea of how it's going to sit once it's on the page. I might put this one up the side. It's just going to be overhang just a little bit. Looking for a shape. Maybe that one. Why not? I might just put some glue on this side where the shape's interesting and fun. And can we get that one down and under there so we retain this fun half circle? I think we can. Getting a bit fancy now, aren't we? Right, some of these aren't straight, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Who just came in? It's the Snugglebugs. Hey, Snuggles. Cats have spent a lot of time outside today with the fine weather, and then they beated a hasty retreat inside when the bad weather hit, and then when it passed they went back out again. Oh, that's pretty, like that. Yep. This strip is actually stuck to my mat. It's somewhere at the bottom there. So that's just a little bit wider than the strip itself. That's fine, so it's not going to overhang on one side. My shoulder and arm are feeling quite a bit better, although it's not liking me today, and I think it's because I've spent more time at my craft desk, and my craft desk is quite high, and I think having my arm up is probably not that great for it. So I really don't know what I'm going to do about that, because my chair is at its highest. I can't raise the chair to put my body higher. Yeah, I honestly don't know what I can do about that. And this is a art desk. It's got a tilted lid. Not that I ever tilt it. I always have it flat because otherwise everything would fall off. But I don't have another desk I could put here in its place. So yeah, I don't know, my friends, how I can get away from that. I don't like the pain, but I don't like not working at my craft desk either. And if I didn't work at my craft desk, let's try and peel that up off my mat, then I wouldn't be doing videos, and we can't be having that sort of nonsense. No videos, that's not an option. So hopefully as it strengthens and improves, it will become not an issue anymore. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, it's certainly feeling a lot better than it did a few weeks ago. So the exercises are definitely helping and being good. Trying not to lift heavy things, being conscious of it, trying to treat it nicely while it heals. So, but it only takes a day like today where I think, yeah, it's not actually right yet. I've got to continue being good. Good wherever I can. Asking people to lift stuff for me where possible. Yeah, got to be a good girl. Good girl. Eat all my oats for breakfast. We don't have oats for breakfast, but you know, you get the idea. Scoreboard. And so I'm just lining my 1-inch strip up between, you know, whatever inch marks, and then going at the 1/2-inch mark to score. Even though technically it's the wrong way up, but I can't see if I flip it. I can't see where the middle is. So we're just going to do it wrong, and it will still work, you know. It will still work. You could totally mix the colours as well. You don't have to do all one colourway. It would look really pretty mixing the colours together. And I'm kind of thinking, do I do one like that? I do like the sound of it. So I'm going to grab another bit of coffee dyed paper. And of course, if you do a single colour, you could put one colour on one side of the page and a different colour on the other. Lots of ways you could customise it to your preference or to whatever journal you're working on. Right. Let's try and get that pressed into that fold as much as I can before I glue it. I think that's pretty good. It's going to be alright. Lift it up a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. The paper is a little warped, the journal page here, from the coffee dyeing process, which is making things a little bit more challenging, but we just wrestle it to make it do what we want it to. And it will comply, or it will go funky, you know, either way. Either way it will work. Perhaps not the way you wanted it to, but it will work. Oops, I just dragged it out of position with the nozzle of the glue bottle. Not helpful. So I'm just starting in the middle and then easing it into place. And there might be the odd little gap or space where I've got to go in and glue the top label down. Oops, up here there's a little bit that needs gluing down. And I think this bit here, I didn't put any glue under that little half circle. Okay, so that's that side. Let's glue the other side now, which is a lot easier. So you've seen both methods now, whether you put it straight on your page edge or do it on a strip and wrap it around. There are pluses and minuses to each method. I recommend you give both methods a go and see which you prefer. But you might see from what I've done and go, well, that I can't be bothered with that. I'll do it this way, or, you know, whatever reason. In the name of presenting you options. Come on, glue. Why are you suddenly not wanting to come out? So you've got a lump of something in there, forcing it past. I think there's a little lumpy bit of glue in the bottle that's stopping it coming out properly. Okay. So there's that page edge. I love it. I think it's so fun. I haven't gone as in and out on that top bit, but more so on the back. So it's just fun. It's pretty. I love the effect, and I love the weight of that edge compared to the weight of this edge without the strip. This one's a little bit more bendy, I would say, than this one. This one's got a lovely rigidity to it. So again, the difference between using the strip or not using the base strip. This one, can you see the difference? Like this bends more. This one doesn't want to bend the same. So consideration, you might like it more bendy, you might like it more sturdy. Choices, always choices, my friends. How are we going on time? We are getting towards the end, but I would just like to do one where I mix up the colours. And I do enjoy the weight of using the strip. Now, bearing in mind this is very thin paper, this paper, so if you're using even regular copy paper, which is thicker than this, you're going to get an even stronger, sturdier, or thicker or bulky result. So I wouldn't use a heavy paper to do it with a base, because you're going to get it really stiff and probably a little bit more difficult to handle, and possibly too much weight on the page where it starts to drag or not feel nice. So try different options is all I can say about that, really. Okay, so we've got pink out, we've got blue out. Shall we put green out as well? I'm going to put it on the opposite side of my desk so that they don't kind of start hanging out and create little label babies, because who knows what colour they'd be. They'd probably turn out brown, because, you know, mixed colours make things often go muddy, don't they? Muddy or brown. So not that there's anything wrong with brown, of course. We like our neutral labels and our coffee dyed and everything like that. Let's put this fun rounded edge label right down there. Oops, need a bit more glue wound up there. That's I've used all the glue. No, this is the one that I'm using at the moment, not the other one. The other one's the one I used for running washi tape over the top of. That's why there wasn't much happening. Okay, so I don't want to go like green, blue, pink, green, blue, pink. I don't want to be that methodical, but I do want to try and get a nice mix going. Which might mean I start with one of each colour. Got to do something about that nozzle. It's not wanting to come out overly much. Let's see what you're up to, glue. Well, the pin went in no problem. Yeah, it's running better now, whatever the issue is. So I don't want to go one of each colour. I really don't. So I'm going to go a second green one, and then I'll go blue, I think. That effect of the yogurt seems to have dissipated from my voice. Oops. Here's a reminder, I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Let's go blue now. So the food bank requests, ladies flicked me through the statistics for the month to date, and we've had more requests this month than we have had for previous months, and we're only halfway through the month. So it's just ridiculously busy, which is really funny the way it's gone. It's just like neither of us envisaged that it would be this busy. Yeah, it's just funny. Right, just want to go in and get the bottom of that label. Sorry if my hand's in the way. Here we go. Okay, let's go back to green. No, too long. I want a shorter one. Oh, my stomach's making funny gurgles. Funny little gurgles. And another blue one. And I think another green one, and then maybe finish with a pink one. That's how I'm going to do this. And put glue all the way up to the top now. And then just a small little pink one at the top. Find a wee bit small, that one I think. Need something slightly bigger. About this one will work. That's not cut out straight. Don't know what I was doing with that one. It ain't straight. Don't know if I made it any better, but anyway, we're just going to rock and roll with it. Go. Fun. I think that looks really cool as well in the different colours. Let's distress around it. If you're a regular here, you'll know I distress most things. So it won't be any surprise to you that I choose to distress. But you do you. You know, if you're not a distress inker, don't. There's no rules. You can choose to do it how you like. Whether it's for preference, whether it's for time. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just do whichever you like. And chop and change according to your whim if you so choose. Lately I've been choosing to not ink some things, and that's quite different for me. I don't think I'll ever not ink like completely, but it's nice every now and then to not, just to try it out, just different effect. Does save time not inking, that's for sure. It's an extra step, and I'm making my fingers all brown, talking of brown things. Right, one more page here, fold that up. I love that sound, crinkly, crackly, crunchy, so nice. Okay, scoreboard. I should wait till the glue is nice and dry, but I'm not. We just roll them with the bunches. Okay, and down the center. Sorry if that came up close to the camera there. I had a brief moment where I was like, don't hit the camera. That wouldn't have been fantastic, would it? Hit the camera, hit you in the face with the scoreboard. Okay, and let's glue this one on. This one's going to go on the back of the page. It doesn't matter, I'll end up doing both sides of the journal page. Hang on, why aren't you going? Ah, there we go. I was caught up. Okay, once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more into the gluing down. Serious business, this gluing, you know, it's hard to talk and glue at the same time. It requires my full concentration, apparently. Because I went very quiet there while I was doing it. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love the different colours. I think that works really well. So, single colour, mixed colours, whatever, I think it just looks really cool. Super fun. And really easy, really simple to do, whichever method you use. It's not hard. And you could turn them into tuck spots, but you'd probably want to use the bigger labels, so you've got more space to then tuck something in underneath. And then of course you would only glue top and bottom. You wouldn't glue all the way down like I am around all the edges. Oops, and on the mat, you know, healthy dose of glue on the mat. Wouldn't be a video without adding some more glue to the mat. Oops. Do watch for those little bits where it's overlapped, which aren't glued down, that you might want to pop just a little bit of glue. I love that. I think that is cool. So fun. So fun. Love it. So we have done, what did we do? Yes, we did one where we did both sides, that we got both sides done in the blue. We've got this one where we've just done one side so far in the multicolour. Then we've got this one that we've just done one side so far in the pink. So I'll go back in and do the other side, but of course that won't be in a video. And then we've got this first one that we did that's just one half done so far in the blue. I just love those. They are so cool. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you give it a go. It's really fun playing with labels. Whatever labels you've got, have a play. Wrap them around the page edge. Yeah, I do recommend going to the extra step and using a base to glue them on, because that just feels nicer to me than this one where it hasn't got that base. Yeah, that feels so much looser, and which is fine if that's what you want. If you want it to feel a bit more, I guess, dainty or flexible, then glue them straight on the page. But I just love this effect with the base. I think it feels really nice. Yeah. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me. Do go check out the labels from the Junk Journal Studio. I will link them in the description box below. The kits come 2 colours per kit. I can't remember which way around they pair up, so you'll just have to go along and have a look. There's yellow and turquoise, I think, are the ones that I haven't yet got cut out. Thanks. I'll catch you again in the next video. Have a great day, my friends. Bye for now.